Hey boos, I'm Angela and thanks for watching another episode of Here for Your Hair. So today, I really want to talk about a pet peeve of mine. It's a really serious issue and I just want to try to put a stop to it, okay? If you haven't had a trim in a long time, you need to cut it. So, the first order of business is get into these braids. I've been waiting so long to get my hair braided like this, and my hair was not long enough, and I didn't want it to revert and be sticking all out on the side. So it's been a minute, and I'm having a great hair day. So can we just take a moment and appreciate my look? Yes. Okay, back to Here for Your Hair, because that's what it's about. But listen, if you don't know when you're supposed to get a trim or why, you basically want to get a trim because it's like having a broken nail. You don't want to walk around with a long, crooked, broken nail. You want to shave it down and then it looks nice and then you let it grow. Or if you want to think about it like plants, for example. If you cut off what is bad, then what is nice will continue to grow and flourish. If you allow what's bad to stay on your plant, it's going to basically contaminate the rest of the plant and start to look worse. So getting trims does not necessarily make your hair grow. It allows for the hair that you have that's good to continue to stay healthy. That makes sense? Cool. All right, now when should you get a trim? Well, basically, it depends on how you wear your hair and your texture. But for the most part, on average, everybody should get a trim somewhere between the 2-month mark. So if you have chemically treated hair, or if you wear straight a lot, I would say closer from 6 to 8 weeks. If you have heat-free hair, then you can go a little further out and go up to 3 months. Now, if you do have a heat-free style you really don't like, getting it blown out, getting it straightened, I would still advise you to get it straightened or just get it blown out so that you can get a trim. And one of the reasons is because you can't see the hair and the length of it and what the ends are doing when it's in a really curly state. You know, people talk about that diva cut or whatever, curly cut all the time, and that's what it's giving, okay? If you really want to see what's happening with the ends of your hair, you have to smooth it out so you can see everything. Another reason is because I want to show you a really dope technique that helps you cut the hair without losing length. You really only lose the part that's splitting, and that's really, really important. So let's take a look at this technique. It's called a Brazilian trim. I learned it in Brazil about 5 or 6 or 7 years ago, and that's kind of why I named it that. There's no reason. But it has been something that stuck with me. It really helps reshape the hair, make it look smoother. Let's watch.
Yeah. Cut it, 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 cut it. Them bricks is way too high, you need to cut it. Your price is way too high, you need to cut it. Cut it, 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 cut it. Them bricks is way too high, you need to cut it. Your price is way too high, you need to cut it. Running through bands on a regular. Hitting my plug on the celly. Tell my ex-bitch that I'm sorry. My bad. I'ma skate off in a Rari. Keep 36 by my side. I'ma go bake me a pie.
Okay, so now you've seen the technique. Now some people may ask, when should I get this technique done to my hair? Anytime you want. Basically, it's for anyone who has gotten the length taken off their hair, but then they still kind of look at it and you still see splitting in between the strand, but it's so high up that you don't want to cut the length all the way up. You just want to get those pieces. It's also great for ponytail wearers. It's great for my chemically treated hair, especially color treated hair. A lot of times with highlights, balayage, blondes, you see a lot of those like splitting strands in between where the length is down here somewhere. And so doing that flat cut along the shaft, it really helps take away any of that. It gives a way smoother look, a way more shiny, even and clean look on the hair. And you really know that you're targeting exactly what needs to go versus just cutting the bottom, because all your hair strands don't go from root to end. We want that, that's the desire and the goal, but it's not really like that. So this technique really helps with that. It also is good for the client that's always like, no length, please do not take none of my length. You always do this. I know I've had crazy clients that just don't want to cut, but they need to cut. You need to cut. You need to cut it. So this is for you. If they're saying, oh, I don't want any length, please, do we have to? And you're like, we need to. You can pull out this technique and they will ease and they'll say, oh, you're just cutting the split part? Oh, okay. And it changes the whole dynamic of the situation up, okay? This is a major key, guys. Trims are necessary. So, the last model that I did, I just blow dried her hair. And now this model, I straightened her hair first, and then I'm gonna do the technique. So there's no major difference. With the blow dry, you wanna at least make sure you straighten the hair as much as possible so that you can see the split parts. When you silk it out after you blow dry it and then cut it, it's a lot more precise. You can really see what needs to go. So it's up to you. Like if the client doesn't want to be straightened, obviously you would just do this service from a blow dry and then you would take them into a heat-free style, a wet set or something else. If the client is getting a bone straight look, then go ahead, straighten them first, and then you can give them their full cut and you can incorporate the Brazilian trim into that as well. Yes! So you see now, right? You see what a difference a trim makes. Honey, her hair was swinging. Yes, it was so beautiful. Shout out to Ninja, love you, girl. Anyway, it's very necessary to know when it's time for a trim because it'll help prevent future breakage. So some of the key ways to remember how you need a trim is A, if you are combing your hair and it sounds like you're raking leaves when you get to the bottom, you need to cut it, okay? Second, or B, if you are combing your hair and you see a lot of shorter bits of hair in your sink or on the floor, you need to cut it. C, if you can look at your hair and there are like little white bulbs or strands on the bottom of your hair, the whiteness needs to be cut off. That's splitting. You need to cut it. Those are the main ways. You usually also want to time it. So like I said, try not to exceed 3 months. Even for my heat-free girls, don't get a trim once a year. That's a haircut. That's a hair reshaping. That's a whole new situation. Okay? But if you go 3-4 months max, if you really take care of your hair, you have a lot of moisture, you know, it grows, but if you don't really see a lot of that other stuff going on, then you should be fine. But even if you're natural and you're heat free, when you start to see little beads of your curls kind of falling off all the time, or your curl retention on the ends of your hair isn't really looking as nicely as the mid shaft, then you probably need to cut it. So those are my tips for today. Thanks again for watching. I'm Angela, and I'm here for your hair.